Welcome back. In the previous film, I analyzed, or we looked at, are there two introductions found in the text? And we noticed, no, it isn't. It was a very skillful concatenatio, linking together of two units, two toledots. Now in this film we will look at, is there two contradicting numbers of the animals or not? First, we will look at that. So, how many animals was Noah to get into the ark? There are 4 times this theme is written about, not 2, 4. The first occasion is considered to be P, found in Genesis 6:19-20. Of everything living, of all flesh, pair of everything, you shall take to the ark, bring to the ark, to survive with you. Male and female they shall be. Of the flying creatures, after their kind. Of the cattle, after their kind. And of all animals on the ground, after their kind. Pair of everything shall come to you to survive. Here is very clear what is here the point, that from everything that lives you should bring pairs, male and female, of all kinds of animals. And the point is we shall do this to survive. This pair of everything doesn't mean it's shnaim. It's a dual form. So good way to understand this is pair. It can mean also two, but it's a dual form. It's in English you could say twos of everything. It has to mean two. It's pair, and which is also highlighted here when the repetition about male and female. That is one pair. So how many shall Noah take? If you understand that this shnaim means pair or twos of everything, male and female, it isn't said. It's said that from all kinds of animals, as pairs, male and female, they shall be saved. That's what is said here the first time. Second time, this is considered to be the biggest contradiction of all in the flood story, the most obvious one. And that belongs to J, according to the documentary hypothesis. It says, of all clean animals you shall take for you 7. It doesn't say 7 pairs, but it says 7. But of course, it's very logical to think that this means 7 pairs. Male with its mate. Another expression, again variation with this writer loves. It's not male and female, it's now said male with its mate. But from the animal that is not clean, shnaim, 1 pair. In this case, when you compare it with 7, this time you understand that it means 1 pair. Always when you translate something, you have often several possibilities how you shall understand this word this time, and of course you shall translate it in a way that makes the text understandable. So here you can understand that it's 1 pair if it's not clean. At least I think that's the logical conclusion. Also, the flying creatures of heaven, 7. Male and female. So here it's male and female. First it was male with its mate. Again variation, different ways of expressing the same thing. To live offspring on the face of the whole earth. So now, what contradicts the earlier information? which said, of all living, of all flesh, pair of everything you shall bring to the ark to survive with you, male and female. The answer is there is no contradiction. What we find here the second time is a specification of the number of pairs. 7, 7 if it's clean. Only 1 if it's not. It's a specification. And you should notice or realize, or if you check the text, when this is said in J, and if you really say that J, it's one complete source, Noah wouldn't know where to take them, where to bring them, because God has not told of any ark. Hasn't been mentioned. The ark hasn't been mentioned. Where shall I take them? He wouldn't know why. There hasn't been proclaimed a flood in J. Where shall I take them? Why shall I take them? He wouldn't know. But of course that problem is not there if you don't believe the document explanation and documentary hypothesis. Or you have to believe that this has been in J, but it's not in the Bible. The third time is a combination. Here are clean and unclean animals mentioned. Notice again, variation. Who lacks purity. Pure animals lacks purity, or clean and lacks cleanness. And of the flying creatures and everything that crawls on the ground, pair and pair. The expression is, here is a Hebrew letter missing, sorry, but it's shnaim. Shnaim, pair, which translates pair, not two. Shnaim. Here is also very clear that the shnaim, which can also mean two, it can mean two, but shnaim, it's very clear, it means pair and pair, not two. It's not like 7, 7, which the 7, 7 of clean animals, which you have to understand is 7 pairs. If you would here understand shnaim as the cardinal number 2, 2. What does it mean? Does it mean that there will be 2 pairs? No. So here you also see that shnaim, it means pairs. It should be understood here as pairs. Pair and pair. 2 and 2. In twos they come to Noah, to the ark. Male and female, as God has commanded Noah. Here is mentioned clean and unclean animals. But no number. Why is there no number? Why isn't it said 7, 7? The obvious answer to that, why would the writer tell it again? It has already been mentioned the second time with 7, 7 and shnaim. It doesn't need to. And this is a typical technique for the writer. Repetition with variation. The writer in the primeval history does variate his language extremely much. You don't find these word-for-word repetitions. It's always varied, the information. Information is added. Information is left away. The grammar is changed. Words are substituted for another. As I already pointed out, here you can hear that lacks purity, pair and pair, the new variations. He loves variation. It's so jammed with variations. The flood story also, like the creation story. Fourth time, it actually just says what the others. It concludes everything. They and the people, 8 people, and all life after their kinds, every cattle left after its kind, and all the crawling animals on the earth after their kind, all the flying creatures after their kind, all the birds, everything with wings. Yes, they came to Noah, to the ark, pair and pair, and all the flesh that in it had the spirit of life. Yea, those who were coming was male and female, of all flesh they had come, as had commanded him God. So here it concludes, yes, it happened what God commanded. So this fourth time, actually not so much to say about this. Anything special, it just concludes everything. So, is here really a contradiction? Is here really apparent, glaring contradiction? This is considered the most dramatic contradiction in the flood story. And as I have showed you, there is no contradiction. If you not, as a translator, don't want to understand the fact that Shnaim means pair, which it does, and of course you should use that translation here. Notice also that it's the only way these four times, which I showed you, talked about, will come in full harmony is if they are placed after each other as they are in the Hebrew text. It's the only way. If you take away J, it becomes weird. It becomes weird for J on itself, and it becomes weird also in P. There is some information missing. But if they have kept together the way they are, it's perfect. It's perfect. So there is no contradiction in the number of animals. I stop here, and in the next film I will talk about how many times will they enter the ark. According to the documentary hypothesis, they do it at least twice. So welcome back when you want to hear about that. Thank you.